Wow, I think it is such a pleasant feeling to have so many developers in the room. A big round of applause to all of you guys. You know, I have a 10-year-old son, and I still remember 3 years back when he was 7-year-old, when we always used to pass through the city, like in Bangalore, you always have this toll and the jams and all those things. He always used to ask me, you know, why we need to wait and stop. Why can't something be done so that you don't need to stop every time you go through all these tolls and the jams what you see. Now, the same guy who is now 10-year-old, he thinks a little bit differently. He feels that there is a Google map available, there is a path which is showed, there are a lot of options available, why can't you find an answer to it? And I think that is what is a theme which is happening in the city. So the days are gone. I mean, the city has a lot of potholes, but the people are not talking really whether we wait for election to come in and then the elections and the politicians will make sure that it gets promised, fulfilled, and we have the right solutions. Actually, the people are talking about the timeline when to fix it. And the same applies with the train delay and all those stuff. Guys, this is Bangalore, and I see myself in the last 3 years changing from actually complaining to really trying to find the solutions. How many of you are from Bangalore, guys? I'm from Bombay, although I'm in Bangalore for 15 years, but I feel this is a city which is with a lot of possibilities. I genuinely believe, and that's the reason why I believe, if you want to attend TechEd anywhere, it has to be in Bangalore. Do you agree or not agree? And the reason is very simple. I think this city has a place where the technology is giving a birth to the enterprises. The city is becoming a place where startups are becoming unicorns. And this city is the same place where the enterprise will become intelligent. So, guys, welcome to TechEd 2018. It's a pleasure to have you, all of you here. For the records, this is the biggest TechEd in the history of SAP. We have close to 6,000 people. It's fascinating to see the number of customers and the partners here, and thank you to all our partners, all the customers for taking time and being here. I really, from the bottom of the heart, from the SAP side, would like to thank you for coming here. I would also like to thank all the developers who are here, who are willing to learn and go on a journey together with SAP for the next 20 years or so. So again, thank you, all of you, for coming here. So industry is changing. I think we see all areas convergence trend that is happening. You look at a software, I mean, in the past, you look at software companies, they used to always compete with a software company. You used to have an automobile company, they used to compete with an automobile company. You used to have a search or a social media company, their idea was very simple, to get as many users with them possible. With the new technology changing, and actually it is not changing, but the biggest thing I feel is changing at a much more faster pace. That's where it is disrupting, and that increases the horizon of the company not sticking to their domain in the right sense. They're actually expanding their horizons, and when they expand their horizons, they go into new territories. That's the reason why you see the database companies are not competing anymore with the database players. That's the reason why you see the search companies wants to go and play in the platform. That's the reason why you see the social media companies wants to compete in enterprise software space. And I think the people or the companies, if they are not changing, I think they will be left behind in this journey. And I think it is extremely important that all of you, as our customers, as a partner, you understand this, and I think goes together with SAP in the journey of transforming yourself. I'll give you one simple example, machine learning. Very simple example. Everybody in this room knows, everybody, that machine learning will have an impact on every individual on this planet. Will have an impact. AI is here to stay. The only question is, how can we be doing right in terms of implementing in a better way to shape the society as well as the companies? For AI to be successful and for all the companies to have a really leverage out of the AI, there has to be a right linkage between the AI and the business value which you create. So I actually urge you, this is a platform, meet people, try to get a view of AI-based applications from SAP, how it can shape your future and your companies in the booths there, in the sessions out there, in the hands-on sessions. That's why we have TechEd. It's one example why we do TechEd. A TechEd, in my view, the simple terms, it has two things. It stands for technology, it stands for education. And I think we have put together 800 hours of lectures. It has 6,400 creative minds here. I just urge you, interact with our experts, try to network, try to share some good learnings, what you have, and try to make a best impact out of what is possible. And I think that is the key why we do the TechEd. And I always tell to my son as well, just to sum it up, I always tell, the things what we leverage now or use now was a creative thing that was done by great minds from last 20 years. And I think it's our obligation that we do something for future. And this is the audience I feel will do the future for the next 20 years for SAP, as well as for our customer and the ecosystem. So again, thank you for coming to TechEd. Enjoy learning and have fun. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bernd Leukert.
Thank you, Dilip. Thank you, Dilip. Warm welcome. Good morning, Bangalore. Welcome to TechEd 2018. This is where the best, where the brightest come for the latest in innovation and technology. And as Dilip did, I as well want to thank you from my heart for joining us here today. I want to first of all thank our customers. I want to thank our partners. I want to thank the mentors and of course our employees that are both here today in the room but as well joining online. And talking about employees, talking about the best engineers, the brightest engineers, talking about everybody here in Bangalore, it is you that have made SAP Labs India the place to be for the last 20 years. Congratulations to you, Dilip. Congratulations to Labs India. But it's not just 20 years. Labs India was voted as the best company to work for in India this year. Chapeau. I think, Dilip, this is an incredible achievement of your leadership. This is an incredible achievement of all the people, and this is a testimonial of the vision you have built over the last days, months, quarters, and years. And while I have had the privilege to travel around the world, of course as well to India, to speak about the intelligent enterprise, to speak about the intelligence which comes into the companies and how it will transform businesses, I am convinced more than ever that this topic is bigger than we ever thought at SAP and our customers ever thought. There are analysts like Gartner that estimate numbers. Some say, I looked it up, that AI, that machine learning will deliver more than 5 trillion in business value over the next 5 to 7 years. But at the end, it is about successfully applying these technologies to business processes, to customer experiences, to insights. And this topic itself will in future define the winners, but as well the losers in business. And we, as we are standing here in that room, and everyone who joins online, has the privilege of having a front row seat of that business transformation or that business revolution. And today, I want to go beyond just the term of AI and ML. I want to show you how each of you can build a path to the intelligent enterprise, how SAP as a company is helping you to adapt your skills, how we can bring tools to the market, helping you to build the next generation of software, leveraging our technologies. And you can excite not just your colleagues, you can excite the economy and the customers. We as SAP are committed to bring everyone along the intelligent enterprise journey. So let's get started. What I like most about the SAP family, and what I like most of our new strategy is openness. This was not always in the DNA of SAP. And we listened to customers, we listened to analysts, and they all said, SAP, you have to improve in a few areas. So we went a little bit back. We thought about, we went to the drawing board, we had many questions, we asked ourselves, what could we do better, what could we improve? And our answer as a board, as Bill communicated it to the market, was that we will focus on the intelligent enterprise, where operations, of course, run more efficiently in the cloud than ever before, where processes execute seamlessly across all of our cloud solutions, where a shared platform of services is utilized across many applications, where machine learning and Leonardo technologies has visibility across enterprise data, because data is the asset, and enabling any company to build new business models or evolving existing business models. So today I want to walk you through the 3 fundamental ingredients of the strategy, which is the applications called the Intelligent Suite, which is the underlying platform, we could call it the intelligent technologies, and which is the real-time notion of a digital platform that goes beyond transactional data. So let me start with applications and the Intelligent Suite. The Intelligent Suite delivers innovative, best-in-class solutions that as well stand on their own as market leaders, not just in combination with all the other applications. But more importantly, together they form that unified yet modular suite, giving you that consistent experience. And then cloud-native, reusable business services, master data as a service, a common fabric for all line of businesses, will move beyond integration, what we know from the past, which is point-to-point. Through data exchange, it will go to integration, leveraging data as a shared information coming from our cloud platform. And this means that instead of each application is processing its own logic and is keeping its own master data, it's keeping its own service, content like I said, the master data, business logic like currency conversion, unit of measure conversion, tax calculation, technologies like machine learning, AI, like analytics, and many more will be exposed through the SAP Cloud Platform centrally, and this will enable our applications to realize that value of Leonardo, machine learning, and AI across all the systems. And in an intelligent suite, these common objects, and I have to repeat myself that message is clear, will sit on the SAP Cloud Platform, defining a business platform as a service, not just a technology platform, and sharing these capabilities with microservices across all the applications. And then, depending on where an individual service, where an individual object is being used, the relevant business context will be, of course, added on top. And this is only possible when the object itself is no longer replicated and residing in the individual applications, but when it resides on the cloud platform and when the service is exposed through the SAP Cloud Platform. And you might wonder, what is that car doing here on stage? And Ian joined me here today. And Ian, why don't you show us what I was just talking about as a glimpse on how is the intelligent enterprise being consumed and lived in action?
Certainly will. Thank you very much, Ben. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are the future architects inside your organization, ensuring that your organizations have an intelligent enterprise. But what actually does that mean? How do you bring all of the data, people, and processes together in order to be able, in your organization, to do amazing things? Well, let's just take a very simple example. Imagine I was in the market to buy a new car. Now, also, I am a social media junkie. I am tweeting about my dosa masala this morning. I am Facebooking about Coffee with Karan, because that's a quality program, isn't it? I can't wait till Coffee with Karan does Brexit. That's going to be an interesting one. And anyway, I've got loads of cool Twitter friends. And on my way home one day, I pass a really cool car. Now, luckily, the company who makes this car is an intelligent enterprise, and they want to turn every single interaction into an opportunity. So I see this cool car, and what I'm going to do now is get my iPhone up, and I'm going to tweet about this cool car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off Twitter, and I'm simply going to go in here and go here, tweet. I'm going to say this is a cool car, and I'm obviously going to take a photograph of it. So I'll just take a quick photo of it. There it is, lovely. And I'm going to tweet this thing. Now, watch what happens now. This company is running S/4HANA. And what they do is that they analyze tweets in real time. And if they see a visual image of their car coming across Twitter, they will turn that into an opportunity and send me an offer for the car. So I'm going to tweet this, and you'll see how quickly this goes. What happens, the tweet goes out. Okay, you can see, wow, that's really fast. You can see how fast Twitter is. It's absolutely amazing. So, yes, that's right. This isn't the SAP technology behind us. It's actually, we'll leave that for a minute anyway. Yep, okay, well, yes. Okay, we'll look at it on another phone, shall we? Let's do that quickly on the alternative phone here. Okay, the tweet's not going out. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for having Wi-Fi. And obviously, so let's just, sorry, let me just tweet that very quickly from this app one, because that tweet isn't going out. So I'll do exactly the same thing here. I'm just going to create a new tweet here, and we'll just, wrong one. I'm going to create a new tweet. So if we switch to the second iPhone, that will be lovely. I love doing live demos on stage, ladies and gentlemen. It's so much fun when things don't work. So now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tweet cool car here. Just do quick hashtag cool car. Cool car. There's always have a backup. That's my mantra. And I'm going to tweet it here. And hopefully with this network, we'll actually get it. So now I'm going to tweet the cool car. I'm just going to take that photograph, and I'll try that again. Tweet. And here we can see that the tweet is going out. Woohoo! And here the tweet goes out. And you'll see now what happens is the company will analyze that picture of the car, and within about 5 or 10 seconds, I will get a reply of an opportunity coming through with me on that phone. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But you're probably thinking, you see there, the red car has applied to you that's already come back. Now, if you are thinking about doing something cool like this when Twitter's running, you may wonder, what's the API that can be used in order to be able to check that image and convert it into an opportunity? Now, SAP has put together all of the APIs. If we switch to my PC, if you're looking for an API to do anything inside your organization, simply go to the SAP API Business Hub. And here you can see we have all of the APIs listed here for which you can actually use. And you can see there are literally hundreds and hundreds of APIs that are available to you. Now, this company used an image classification API. So if I simply type in image and go search, if I go image and hit the search button, not that I'm nervous now because the demo didn't go well, I can click here on product image classification. And here you can see the API that we're using there to identify the car and turn it into an opportunity. If I go here, I can have a look at all of the details of the API. They're all written out. And if I want to, I can then also have a look at the code snippet and have a look at each of the different codes, what's actually happening. We can see here then, I can see code snippets coming through. So depending on whatever language I'm using, I can then actually then use that API. So what we've seen there, ladies and gentlemen, is how an intelligent enterprise can turn any interaction into an opportunity. They took a photograph of the car, it went to them, they looked at it, analyzed it, sent it back, and now if we go back to mobile PC number 2, you saw I had a notification coming in from Red Car. So, oh, other people are tweeting cool car, thank you very much. You can see here I've got a notification from the company coming through saying, would you like to turn that opportunity at what you've seen there into an order? So what I can do now is I can actually point this at the car, and this app will actually recognize the car. And what it can do, it uses artificial intelligence now and allows me to configure the car. So I can have a look at it, I can choose the color, I can choose all sorts of different options I want to. And what I can do is say finish, and then say I would like to buy that car and send it to my dealer. And now the dealer has now got that opportunity. So think what we've done. We've taken a simple tweet, and using the intelligent enterprise, we've used machine learning to understand what that tweet is about and turn it into an opportunity. And if I was the dealer now, and we switch to PC again, you can see that this is the screen that the dealer would have. All the information, the tweet with a picture of the car has already come in, saying this is where this opportunity originated from. This is the person you're going to deal with. This is the cost of the car. This is the commission you're going to make. And it's even gone into the S4 system to work out what date the car would be available. So in the S4 system, we're actually here, you can see it's saying the red car is available on the 12th of January, a yellow one would be available a little bit earlier, but the customer comes in and orders the red car, and then I can just simply place the order, and that order will then go through into the S4 system and actually be created. And there it is. And the order is there, and then all I need to do is send that order. So this is the S4 screen. So this is what Ben was talking about, an intelligent enterprise being absolutely amazing. You can take any interaction with a customer and turn it into an opportunity thanks to that underlying data model and the intelligence in the suite. Thank you very much, Bernd.
Thank you, Ian. This is your applause. And what you saw is that these reusable intelligent services, in this case image recognition as an example, are existing today on the SAP Cloud Platform. And you can start building these kind of scenarios. And they work across many business processes, across many applications. And each scenario itself has the opportunity to simplify the business at the customer, to drive development of even more shared services by us as a core application, but as well in the whole ecosystem. Everybody can contribute and add these business services. So when we talk about the intelligence suite, and when we talk about the core, many people are asking me, what is the core of that? And the answer of SAP is always, it's S/4HANA. And with more than 9,500 customers soon reaching customer number 10,000. It is the #1 in-memory ERP in the market. With S/4HANA Cloud, our software as a service ERP is lean, it's fast, it scales, it provides in a public cloud consumption model, standardized business processes without compromising any enterprise qualities. We have customers, I have spoken to them personally, and it just took them 8 weeks from implementing S/4HANA Cloud. From order to transactions, meaning live using the system. But it's not just the speed. That's one thing which is essential in the business today. It's the value that matters. And we have asked Forrester to contact our S/4HANA Cloud customers. And they have brought out a study. And the study was articulating that the average return on investment is exceeding 300% of all the customers who are using S/4HANA Cloud live today. Yeah. So if you have a cloud strategy, and if you are looking for an intelligent cloud ERP, S/4HANA Cloud is the answer, irrespective of the size of your business. You can have a big organization. Of course, you can start small. And Shell, as a big brand, as a global energy leader, recently have chosen S/4HANA Cloud for their journey to become a digital intelligent enterprise. And to talk about that journey, I'm very happy that I can welcome the CIO of the upstream business of Shell, Scott Wahl. Please join me, Scott, on stage and give him a round of applause. Thank you, Scott. Let's go over. So, Scott, first of all, welcome to Bangalore.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
High appreciation that you took the effort of flying to India. And as I have said already, Shell, a global leader, I would say a global energy leader, is focused on providing solutions to some, I would say, the most challenging questions we have on that planet today. And apart from having a strategy of digitally transforming Shell, I think you have as well answers to challenges which are present today, I would say globally in the energy sector. So how do you see these challenges, and where do you see that digital transformation is helping Shell?
Hey, you bet, Bernd. Again, thanks for having me here today. Shell is an energy company. We produce energy. Energy is used to power homes, hospitals, schools, and businesses. Energy offers possibilities. I saw that on one of the slides that flashed by. Energy offers opportunities, and the absence of energy limits choices. Nearly 2 billion people on the planet do not have any access whatsoever to reliable or sustainable energy. So the mission of Shell is to give people more choices than they have today. Now, clearly, Shell acknowledges climate change as well, and we want to be part of the solution. Now, that solution will take the time that it takes, and really the critical path of any energy transition is doing it right, doing it well. And we'll move at the pace with which societies and governments go. Now, where Shell is like every other company on the planet, we need to move at speed. Speed wins. All of the people out here show that talent wins.
Yes.
And when technology is ubiquitous, where everyone has access to the same amazing technology, what'll separate the winners from the companies that don't win is the ability to move at speed. And actually, it doesn't matter how fast you're moving, you have to move a lot faster. And so people talk a lot about digital, Bernd. From a Shell perspective, digital isn't just blockchains and robots, virtual reality gear and drones. Digital is about getting fundamentally simpler, much, much simpler as an enterprise. And that means the hard work of digital is not the shiny toys of digital. Yeah. It's all about the data and the processes. And if we can simplify the underlying business complexity in my company, we can move at speed and we can drive digital outcomes. Because for me as an IT professional for 35 years, digital isn't new. What's new about digital? There's only two things new about digital. One, the price point, and two, the speed with which it can be deployed. That's what digital is.
And Scott, first of all, big thank you for giving the trust in SAP, giving the trust in that journey on the S/4HANA Cloud. How is that digital core helping today and in future Shell on that digital transformation of simplification, as you said it?
You know, I work for an amazing company, 35 years. We do things that other companies can't do. We innovate, Bernd. What I want to do is innovate the things that truly matter, competitively differentiating processes. I don't need to innovate the standard parity processes. I want to liberate the time, money, and talent to focus on the things that truly matter. And so what I want is market standard cloud from SAP with S/4HANA. And this is a once-in-a-decade opportunity for us to massively simplify what we do and free up people to work on the things that truly matter. By having our data right, our processes right, much, much simpler than we have today, we can move at speed and compete in an ever-increasing digital world.
I mean, these are great insights, and I like to hear that it's not just the machine learning and AI, it is the core business processes that will be fundamentally renewed. And you used the word skills. So what skills do you need at Shell, or what talent do you need? And how do you follow up here to make that transformation ultimately a success?
Well, our strategy is committed to software as a service. And actually, once the software as a service is mature enough to meet the global size, complexity, and scale of Shell, then the work changes in what an IT professional does. We need people that can focus on data, people that can move from data to insight to action to value at speed. That's what wins. Now, once I have that, what I also need are transformational change people. Because if I'm going to give people market standard services that come with stock standard processes, then I need my business users to transform their processes to use market standard software as a service. And so the role of an IT professional is really to be a business colleague who provides the IT lens. We're not the people that work in the back office, hidden away from business. We are the business.
So, Scott, I think this is a fascinating story. I want to thank you again from my heart for coming here. I want to thank you for putting the trust in SAP, and I will commit that SAP is committing their resources, their technology capabilities to Shell, and with Shell, I'm convinced that we will leapfrog the oil and gas industry another time, as we have done it in the past with the on-prem world. We will do it together as well in the software as a service world in the cloud.
I'm convinced of that as well, Bernd. Thank you.
Scott, thanks a lot for joining. With the release, we will just release next week. We have added another 2,000 APIs, totaling more than 3,000 APIs, giving you the ability to integrate S/4HANA Cloud easily into other systems, giving you the ability to differentiate, if necessary, the standard solution with additional capabilities. And in order to do that, we have added an S/4HANA Cloud SDK. And that means that we as SAP will build on that platform, but we as well enable customers, we enable partners, we enable the ecosystem to leverage all these services and reducing the development effort if there is a necessity to enhance standardized processes. We will use virtual data model generations. Using any OData service, we will use Kubernetes-based CI/CD services that allows you to deploy these applications wherever you need them. And on the screen behind me, you can see a few testimonials of great feedback from customers, from engineers, from partners. But I want to encourage you to use TechEd Bangalore here to get used to that SDK as well. In addition, you can still be an intelligent enterprise. And I had that conversation as well with Scott this morning. If you are not having the courage like Shell has to move immediately to a cloud software as a service in one step, some companies chose in a two-step approach. So our digital business service organization is helping you and plays an essential role in that transformation of migrating your existing business from the on-prem world into the cloud. Under Dilip's leadership, we have an offering with the HANA Enterprise Cloud that gives you a path in case that step from a bespoke on-premise system into software as a service is not possible in one step. With HEC, we will run an S4 system. We will run a BW system. We will run industry expansions. We will run the biggest systems which you have today in the on-prem world. Terabytes of HANA databases. We add lifecycle management tools. So you can enjoy the benefits of an ERP in the cloud without the obstacles, the hassles, the headaches of managing that infrastructure, that system landscape today. And in addition to HEC, our services teams offer a hell of a lot of tools that makes that path easier. It offers a migration cockpit, it offers a test cockpit, it offers customization checks, it offers a lot of value-add services that helps you to focus on the simplification Scott was talking about. And usually the starting point is what we call an SAP readiness check. That is provided via the SAP Solution Manager, which gives you a migration compatibility report. And that allows you to talk to our service experts and learn more about the options, learn more about the capabilities you are using today, as many customers are surprised when we show them how they use our systems today. And I'm often asked, what makes S/4HANA this core, or some people say the heart of the intelligent enterprise? And the answer is simple. S/4HANA, with the underlying market-leading HANA platform, is an intelligent ERP. And our vision is to move away from a pure system of transaction to go into a system of intelligent, where we have a clear target to integrate the new capabilities of machine learning, of AI into the core processes and not put them next to it. We will use speech to text, as well text to speech. We can as well identify handwriting in invoices. We can engage with end users, what Ian showed in sentiment analysis. We can connect to social media. All that is possible. We have what we call a co-pilot. It's our digital assistant. We have a digital notepad, leveraging natural language processing, incorporating these capabilities into existing processes. Again, not next to it. And we have already delivered more than across 20. So next, and we are not just offering these, what you could call pre-trained models with data, but we are also making, I would call it a model generation and the training of that model much easier for you. So what are we doing? We have a machine learning and data science platform integrated in our data platform. And this is something which is tackled the problem of lifecycle management. Those who have started experiencing and using technologies, some might have used open source as well, they see that training a model so like you are used to it in the traditional software lifecycle, the same will happen as well when you incorporate these technologies, these models into these processes. And we ourselves have signed up and provide you these lifecycle capabilities out of the box via our platform. And now that you have seen that intelligent technologies are integrated, are embedded, and not like some software vendor do it, are putting next to it on a separate platform where you have to move data, where you have to process the data, where you get insights, and then you have to replicate the data back. Now you have seen how we can speed up that automation process. So let's move to that digital platform. Let's move to the runtime for all of that technology and business services I'm just talking about. And in the cloud area, I repeat myself, we want to offer choice. We want to offer openness in terms of you can define in what language, in what programming language you want to add complementary things. You can define where you want to have the runtime, which infrastructure you choose. Your ability to break down silos and use your own data, which is the asset and which is the fundament for these models. As we are committing ourselves that we are the one-stop shop in terms of choice, in terms of flexibility, but as well in terms of openness. And what we add is that business content, that business knowledge, that business process knowledge across 25 industries that made us strong for the last 46 years. And with more than 12,000 customers, with more than 1,000 partners consuming and providing solutions on that platform already today, I think it is fair to say that the SAP Cloud Platform, as a business platform, as a service, has reached enterprise readiness and it's ready for prime time. Customers tell me that the #1 problem they face is that their data is often sitting in what I would call a data silo. And customers need to connect to these data because this is the asset. They need to keep control as well of the data flow. So the SAP Cloud Platform with the previously shown API Business Hub is helping customers to connect to other systems and still not just connecting, but as well giving them the control and the governance of the data flow, which is very essential if you move your business model into data-driven business models. If you extend SAP standard processes towards other systems, and we know that not every solution can come from us. So we have listened to you. You, the customers, the user groups, have asked us to provide connectors as well to partner systems, to provide connectors to any kind of system, in some cases even to competitive systems. And we have now released this quarter more than 150 pre-built connectors, which we have developed together with the partner ecosystem, and we have released these connectors on the SAP Cloud Platform. A big thank you to the ecosystem. If these connectors do not fit the purpose, because you want to extend them, that is possible using our canonical data model. These pre-built connectors allow you to as well do error handling, to do bulk operations, to do event handling. So the data you are having in various systems, or you could say you are having in these data silos, is no longer separated. It is enabled via the cloud platform to be leveraged. But very important, and this is the commitment from SAP to all the customers. The data which you have is your data. We just want to enable you. Despite openness, we want to empower you that you keep control of your data, and we are not leveraging the data in order to build own competitive capabilities. We think that this is a major differentiator, and this is a trust we have gained over 46 years as a company, and we will continue to be that trusted partner as well when it comes to software as a service. We see in that business platform as a service 3 major differentiators. Number 1, how we run our business platform as a service. We run it, of course, in an SAP data center. But if you decide to run it on another infrastructure, on an infrastructure of one of the hyperscalers, you can run it on a Google Cloud, you can run it on Amazon, on AWS, you can run it on Microsoft Azure, and you have seen that Bill McDermott launched and announced as well that we have created a partnership in China with Alibaba, so you can soon run it as well in the Ali Cloud. We have as well joined hands with our partners from IBM, with the partners from Atos to offer the cloud platform as a private cloud option. Oh, a bird is coming. Enabling these partners to host the cloud platform for a private consumption model. We are extending and evaluating that private option as well to big customers, to more going forward. Second, we are enabling innovation. We have now more than 14,000 engineers day in and day out using and consuming services from that API Business Hub. So therefore, that API Business Hub plays a central role in consuming, but as well deploying microservices into the cloud. And third, I think we have a unique way of how we go to market with our cloud platform. We have a consistent customer experience, how to try, or first of all, how to find, then how to try, how to buy, and how to consume these services on the cloud platform. And it's one way of just accessing it, and you find all these services from our complete portfolio of our Intelligent Enterprise Suite. So no other platform on that planet is offering you that business capabilities. No other platform and no other software vendor is committing to decompose the applications and exposing all the APIs across the Intelligent Enterprise Suite as microservices to the cloud platform. So this is our answer for simplicity. This is our answer for openness, as we are a strong believer that openness is the future in our industry. The future of software lies in collaboration. The future of software lies in open collaborative networks. And as for myself, have starting at SAP 25 years ago as a developer, I know that porting an existing application into the cloud is one thing. But creating a cloud-native app to fully utilize a modern day-to-day runtime is a complete other thing. So the cloud maturity model has become the standard way to judge how far along you have come in the cloud world. And the cloud platform's journey has gone through all the steps in that cloud maturity model. So, but today we offer you that cloud-native experience for all the business applications that you need. And we have released 3 major cloud platform features just with the latest release this quarter. And the first one is, many of you, especially from the user groups, have been asking for that, is the general availability of the ABAP environment on the cloud platform. So you can use the latest and greatest of the ABAP environment, of the ABAP programming language, of course, all the underlying HANA features to combine any service, which we have seen on the cloud platform, with these enhancements. As I know that many customers have done a lot of enhancements in an ABAP-based system, in an ABAP-based ERP R3 system in the past. So to avoid these cumbersome tasks following an upgrade, because we will operate this ABAP environment on our cloud platform for you. So ABAP platform as a service is that great opportunity for you to transform your on-premise system and move the necessary, and I stress the term necessary, move the necessary extensions into the cloud. But leave the unnecessary ones out and put them into quarantine. You can modernize and you can stabilize your custom code while enhancing the skills of your ABAP teams and creating, I would say as well, new innovative cloud extensions. So don't just copy and paste. Ask yourself what is necessary. And I want to congratulate Björn, I want to congratulate Harald Cook to make this happen, as I know that the cloud platform started with a choice of programming languages, but ABAP was not part of it. So special thanks as well to the SAP members who are here in the room, who are helping us, who are continuously providing feedback, and that important release would not have been possible without your contribution. Thanks a lot for that. That ABAP environment is now available via a subscription model on the cloud platform, and it allows you that you can engage with your developer advocates. And it allows you as well to easier transition that enhancements. But now I come to my second point. Which I want to highlight. The second point is that SAP has committed to use Kubernetes, to use container technology. And we have developed, with a project called Gartner, an ability that we are supporting Kubernetes in the most elegant way. So if you are used to use tools like a Minikube, you can create first Kubernetes clusters. But as it was, what I'm mentioning before, it's easy to create a cluster. Then it comes to day two, to the day-to-day operations. And this is what Gartner is providing you. It makes the monitoring, it makes the management, and it makes the enhancement of these containers and the clusters you create with Kubernetes much easier. We will use Gartner to run as well our own stateful Kubernetes products, like the machine learning foundation I have talked before, like our data science platform, like our SAP Data Hub, and we will run it in our data centers, but we will as well run it on the Google Cloud platform, on AWS, on Azure, and as well on OpenStack. So this is a strong commitment, again, not just to APIs, it's as well a strong commitment to openness in terms of infrastructure. We have joined membership of Cloud Foundry and of the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. And we do not just consume, and that is very important, we do not just consume that open source, we as well actively contribute to open source in forging, merging, and pushing code every day. And you can check it out in the SAP GitHub if you have the opportunity here at TechEd. So our objective is definitely that openness is not just a buzzword, openness is lived every day as we speak. Now let me come to the third point. Many of you have talked about that there are functions available on AWS with AWS Lambda. There are functions available with Google Functions, which allows you to build serverless code, knowing that the term serverless might create is worth a separate discussion on its own. And you have asked SAP, you have asked me, why can't SAP, why can ERP extensions not be serverless? So we thought with the engineering teams long, we went back, as I said before, to the drawing board. And the third capability I want to announce, and which we have released this quarter, is the SAP Cloud Platform Functions. It's a new function as a service that builds on what I was talking before, that builds on Gartner Kubernetes. It uses the Open Service Broker, a Cloud Foundry project. It uses Knative, an excellent open source collaboration we have here with our partner from Google. And functions can use an event-driven model to react to any incident in an SAP S4 system. And based on that incident, you can then trigger follow-up activities. And Ian is here again, together with Ranju, and I'm asking you to demonstrate how such a function can be consumed and how an incident can trigger such a function on the cloud platform. Please, Ian and Ranju, show it to the audience.
Thank you very much, Bernd. I brought Ranju along because I thought it's probably good to bring somebody competent upstage. So welcome, Ranju. So ladies and gentlemen, you saw earlier in the demo, we had created this order out of an opportunity for somebody who wanted to buy a car. Now, unfortunately, the date when that car is available is quite far in the future. It was on the 12th of January. Now, typically, what you need to do then inside your organizations is you may want to do a quick fix inside your organization to help things along a bit. So, obviously, our customer now, Ranju, is going to have the car ready on the 12th of January. What can we do in order to keep his interest in the car? I've got some fantastic ideas, but I'd rather hear yours first.
Well, how about sending the latest updates of the car from the production line to the customers?
Okay, so what we're going to do then is, from between now and the 12th of January, we're going to take photographs of the production of the car and send them to him. How are we going to do that? Should we tweet it to him? Because Twitter's really, really good in this environment.
It's very simple, so we can build a function out of it, which will be then triggered based on an event. Basically, it's an event-driven concept. So only once the event happens, when, like you said, the car gets painted, so the function would be executed.
Okay, so that's exactly what Bernd was talking about, this function as a service. So the function is only called when a particular event happens. Now, luckily, and by pure chance, I happen to have a painting studio ready here, and I have a car ready to paint by pure chance. So what I'm going to do now is we're actually going to simulate the production line, and I am going to paint the car, because I'm very good at that. Now, obviously, we don't have a production line in the camera. We need a robot to take the photographs. Welcome, Andreas, our robot. Guten Morgen. Anyway, so don't worry, we didn't fly him in just for this. OK, so what I'm going to do now is I'm now going to paint the car. I'm a bit of an expert at painting. I'm sorry. There. Painted the car, lovely. And there's a huge cloud, which I'm getting pretty high off, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen. Right, okay. So as you can see, my excellent painting is done, so that's triggered the event. Now the question is how easy or how difficult is it to actually create the code to utilize that? I imagine, Ranju, it's going to take hours.
This looks amazing, by the way.
Thank you very much. I'm pretty proud of it myself. I've been practicing.
OK, so like we are in Web IDE, which is the development environment for cloud. So, and like we said, let's choose the right template to create a function. And as you see, this is in beta version. Oh, I select the template, go next, and let us give a relevant name to our project. Say next. Function name, so we have the red car. I give the function name as red car. And probably a corresponding trigger name, red car trigger.
Now, obviously, we have to select the right trigger. So the trigger is going to be something like a production order is completed. But, how do we find that?
Exactly, and that's where the power of SAP Cloud Platform and Intelligent Enterprise comes in. And you see, we have the trigger type. We don't want it to be run on HTTP, but via an event. So when I go into Browse Catalog, and the source as S4HANA, all the events that are there in S4 are already listed here.
So that's amazing. SAP have already predefined all of the events in S4 and put them in the Web IDE so anyone can access them.
Exactly. And if you want to explore them, you can always go to the API Hub, where you see all these events.
Where I was, api.sap.com, and you can see all the events.
Yes.
Wow.
So let us choose the one which is relevant for us. We say our production order is getting confirmed. And this would be the event for us. And on finish, it would generate the default code and the project structure for us. So let's quickly have a glimpse into the trigger. It picked the right one that we selected, production order confirmed.
Well, it would be a bit embarrassing if it didn't.
Exactly. And if I go into the index JavaScript, so this is the central element here, which is the function, which has event and the context as the parameters, which is the data and the metadata. So in our case, it is the production order number. Based on the production order number, we can actually fetch the customer name and the Twitter details. So for time's sake, let me just paste the code that we have for this. Now, this code would do actually 3 things. One, it would get the production order details from the S4 system. It would get the picture of the car from the object store in SAP Cloud Platform, and it would generate the Twitter message for the feed. So let us now save our project, and I deploy. What happens on deployment, it deploys the code and the trigger into the container images on Kubernetes clusters in SAP Cloud Platform. So only when the event happens, which is in our case, the car gets painted, the function gets executed. So you see, this way, it can actually take high loads elastically and without consuming the resources when there are no calls at all.
Wow, well, let's actually run your beautiful function that you've done so prettily. OK, so what we can do now is we can put up on my screen, and what you can see here is I'm actually in S4 here, and this is where the production order will be confirmed. Obviously, this will be an automated process. And I can see here that the spray unit is ready, and I just need to complete this. So what we'll do in now is we'll blend in the Twitter phone of the customer, that we can then see both of them on the screen at the same time. So we blend in then the phone. We're going to blend in the phone. There we go. So you'll see when I now complete this, the code will run automatically as a service, and it will then send out the Twitter to the customer's iPhone. Well, that's the theory anyway. That's assuming Twitter is back up. And there it is. Redcast sent you a message. I can go in here, and I can see my beautiful picture that I've just done is already there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's how easy it is for you to create a function as a service inside S4 now. What we've done in a matter of minutes is we've found the right service, we've created it, we've edited it, we've deployed it, and it's up and running in a productive system. And just think what you can do in your organizations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ranju. Thank you, Ian. And this shows just where we are heading to. So if you are an ABAP developer and you're looking to move on-premise customizations, please do them in future on the cloud platform. If you like coding in Java, for example, and you want to enjoy full lifecycle control, use the SAP S/4HANA Cloud SDK. And as well, you can listen to a system, like Ian has shown it here together with Ranju. In this case, a completion of a production order. When that event is triggered, then you can execute a follow-up activities. So the main message is for you, extend and innovate on the cloud platform, but please keep the core clean. Keep the core clean. Otherwise, consumption of software as a service will create headaches for you. And having talked about different application environments, let me explain options now, how you can handle data. And when I talk about data, I mean any kind of data. Of course, transactional data, as you have seen, but as well structured and unstructured data, which is in future much more relevant for your business. And therefore, we have launched this year the SAP HANA Data Management Suite, a package that powers all the capability of SAP HANA and the SAP Data Hub. So HANA acts here for you as an engineer as the outer shell. And it crunches records and transactions in real time. And that outer shell is managing the SQL statement and is taking the burden from you whether data is stored in HANA or whether data is stored in the SAP Data Hub. And with that, customers are enabled to solve very data-intensive problems. And it's about speeding up and leveraging this huge amount of data that sits in many customer systems as we are speaking today. And again, I repeat myself, it's not just about transactional data. It's about data that is distributed in products, in machines, sometimes in people's mobile phone. And that data must be ingested, must be prepared, and must be made enterprise ready. And therefore, the SAP Data Hub is the only enterprise-grade ready solution in order to digest and to manage that flow of big amount of information. Because the Data Hub abstracts the underlying data stores. And you can write applications without a hard binding, without a coupling of a vendor-specific data storage with the semantics sitting on top in the application. And this gives you this unmatched flexibility, this gives you that capability SAP and as well other software vendors have not offered in the past. So we released just at TechEd in Las Vegas, it was end of September, so this was 8 weeks ago, a Data Hub version 2.3 with new features. It offers you full metadata governance to discover and attribute the search, because the metadata profiling to understand different data formats, which is sitting in these data silos, is essential. We have enhanced connectivity, so not just SAP data of an intelligent enterprise can be connected, as well data sitting in kind of third-party applications. And we are enabling you to combine with the SAP Data Hub in a data flow, machine learning, AI, I would call it Leonardo technologies. So big kudos to our lead architect, Franz Ferber, and his team, who has made an exceptional engineering work. Big round of applause for Franz and his team. And now, once you are in control of your data, once you can get benefits out of the data, the next step is to operationalize it and to get insights from that applications. And this is where SAP Analytics Cloud, our one-stop shop for business intelligence, for simulation and prediction, is coming into the game. This quarter, under leadership of Gerrit Katzmeier, we released many interesting new features of SAP Analytics Cloud. So the ability, again, to embed machine learning and natural language processing into the search to insight, an auto-generation of business insights, a smart discovery, a smart predictive capabilities. These are all features that have been added, and I just want to encourage you to go through the list of innovations we have added to the SAP Analytics Cloud. And Ian and Ranju will again show you SAP Analytics Cloud in action, but I as well want to encourage you that you then later use the education capability here at TechEd in order to familiarize yourself. So Ranju and Ian, please show us that activity in action.
Thank you very much, Ben. So Ben's talked about the Data Hub and how you combine massive quantities of data, as well as then bringing it into the SAP Analytics Cloud and get unbridled insights into your data. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that car example and take it one step further. So imagine we want to do some upselling on our car. Now, typically, the thing that gets upsold in an electric car like this are the batteries, because that is where most of the profit comes from and where people would want to upgrade. Now, the issue is if you want to send out a targeted campaign to someone, it needs to be timely, relevant, and personal. Think about that, timely, relevant, and personal. Now, you'll only get that and only offer somebody an opportunity if you have the right data. And that means incorporating data from how they drive, from telemetrics. When is the next service scheduled for the car? Do we have the batteries in stock from S4? All of this information needs to be brought together and assimilated. And that's going to be really hard, and we're going to have to write massive SQL statements, aren't we?
Well, not exactly. It's not that complicated. With SAP Data Hub, it can be really simple. Let me show you how.
Okay, let's have a look at SAP Data Hub.
So we are in the SAP Data Hub modeler, and this is the pipeline that we have. And like you rightly mentioned, we have the vehicle data coming from the vehicle telemetry data set, which is the vehicle data from the customers. But that's not the only data that we need for our campaign. We need to do cleansing activities on top of it. Then it has to be combined with the asset intelligent network data, which is the data coming from the past and upcoming maintenance activities. And then it has to be combined with the S4 data to see that if we have the batteries in stock.
So all of that information is just done through simple drag and drop and putting those different icons on the screen. Exactly. You can cleanse it, you can monitor it, you can combine it. everything is done simply by dragging those icons from the left on the right-hand side of the screen?
Well, that's the power of Data Hub.
Oh, wow.
And now we want to feed all this combined into the SAP Analytics Cloud. And you see I have operators on the left-hand side. So let me search for SAP Analytics. And I simply connect this, our pipeline, to this. So we have the data ready for our campaign, which can give us the upselling proposal. I save it and run. And we switch to the SAP Analytics Cloud to see the nice visualizations and to do data science on top of it. And mind it, we don't need to be a data scientist to do this.
Yes, I was going to say, now, we said it has to be relevant, timely, and personal. So let's firstly look at the relevance then. We want to sell to people who need new batteries. How do we find that out?
Yes. So this is the Analytics Cloud. It shows you the red car battery usage analysis, the charge cycles, the average speed, consumed energy, and so on. It also gives us the map view within India, that how many total distance covered within different regions. Now, for our campaign, what I want to do, let me just go into edit mode. And we want to see that, like you said, where are the regions where we have the highest battery usage. And for that, we have the search to insight here. And this has the conversational artificial intelligence under the hood, which can actually understand the natural language. Let me just put up a simple query which says, show me the top 5
states. I thought it was conversational.
With high battery.
You typed it in, cheater. OK, doesn't matter. So.
OK, and as you see, it generates or recommends the right kind of charts.
So you've just written in natural language, show me the top 5 states where battery usage is, and we've just got that straight up there. OK, but I want to understand, why is Assam at the top? Is it because people are rushing to go and get their tea?
Not exactly. We don't need to guess. We can find out the reasons.
OK, so how can we find out the reasons?
Yeah, so we add this here in our story. And now we want to know why Assam has the maximum battery usage. That means people in Assam are charging their batteries more often compared to other states. You see, we have the smart insights here, which has machine learning under the hood, which can exactly tell us the reasons. So you see, most of the customers in Assam are driving in mountain mode. They have small battery sizes, and their batteries are aged, which justifies that why this region has the maximum battery usage. And potentially, our target customers could come from this region to sell the new battery.
But think about what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Without any programming, you can drill down into any piece of data and understand the logic behind it. Now, there's logic in this. Logic about whether or not you put milk in Assam tea or not isn't there. But here, inside SAP, there is logic. OK, good. So now we have a target group. We know people in Assam who live in high regions are probably going to want to buy a new battery, correct?
Yes.
So what we can then do is we can create a targeted campaign for the salesperson to phone up those people living in Assam to give them a timely, relevant, and personal offer. If we switch to my screen, we can now see the dealer has actually got one of these on his screen. You can see here, for this gentleman here, we are recommending an upgraded battery. This battery here will give him an additional 30 kilometers. There's even a higher value one which will give him an additional 70 kilometers. So I'm going to give him a call now. I can see up here the cost of the customer and my commission up here, and I can see the reasoning also why we're recommending it for him. It's because he's in Assam. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give him a call. But you'll notice we've also plugged in some machine learning into this. And what's going to happen is you'll see when I talk to him via Skype, some green lines on his face. And what these lines are, they're actually intelligent machine learning, analyzing his facial expressions and telling me what mood he's in. Okay? So I can now understand when I'm making the offer, if he smiles, I can understand, okay, he's probably interested in buying it. Some people may say, why didn't you just look at him? But there's some tiny little ticks and things that will actually it will change. So let's give him a call. Doodaloo. I'll do the Skype sound. Doodaloo, doodaloo. Ashraf, hello, how are you? And you see down here already, he's not very happy to see me.
Ian, you again. What's up? Another upsell as a sales rep?
No, of course not. But speaking of that, would you like to buy a new battery?
You know, I live in Assam. I love my car. But it's quite mountainy, so which means, can you do something from a battery range?
Okay, mountainy, is that a real adjective? I don't know. Probably not. Well, what I can do is I can offer you a lovely battery for 40,000 rupees. It'll give you an extra 70. Oh, he's not happy with that. What I can do is I can offer you a lovely battery for an additional 25,000 rupees. Would you be interested in that?
Yeah, that's better. Can you give me a discount for that?
Let me just check. Computer says no, but thank you very much anyway. Okay, I will then create that order. Thank you very much. Lovely talking to you. By the way, nice tea plant in the background. Very nice touch.
Thank you.
Good job. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What I've done now is I've taken that timely, personal, and relevant offer to increase my sales, and we've put it through the data hub in order to find that. And now we have this, and all I need to do now here is very simply just finally place the order. So that's it from us, ladies and gentlemen. What we've done is we've shown you how the intelligent enterprise works, how you can really understand what's going on inside your organization, and how you can utilize it to increase your sales and do anything your business wants to do. So for myself and Ranju, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So fantastic job, Ranju, Ian. So what I want to share with you, while technology and capabilities are important, what matters is what you do with the technology and apply it to a business outcome. So before I move on, I want to make good on one more thing, on one more promise I made about this talk. When I said, it's time for everyone to build. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone here in the room. I mean everybody joining. And we have recently established a program called the Startup India program, made in India and helping to contribute to a digital India. And there has never been a better time to be an entrepreneur than today, looking at all the capabilities we have. And to support at SAP this momentum, under leadership of Dilip, SAP has launched the SAP Startup Studio initiative here in Bangalore. And for those who do not know, that last year the SAP Startup Studio was launched, we took over, Dilip, I think it was a dozen of startups into that studio, where we are providing them, of course, technical expertise, that's one thing, but as well guidance. And what I feel is the differentiator is we help them to provide startup access to our SAP's largest asset, which are our customers. And this is the key capability, and ultimately, hopefully, is helping them to make the next step after creating a startup company in their career, in their growth. And a shining example of that startup studio is Day2In. And Day2In is invested in making machine learning accessible, again, to everyone, to developers, to data scientists, to business users. But to talk at the closing more about that vision and mission, please welcome the CEO of Day2In, Moniz Khan, here on stage. Moniz, please join me. Moniz, come with me to the table. I mean, that idea of that startup studio is only a great idea if fantastic stories are created. Could you share with the audience a little bit more and tell us more about Day2In and how the journey started with you personally or with Day2In leveraging the SAP Startup Studio?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for calling me here. So let's start with what is Day2In. Day2In is a no-code machine learning platform which enables non-data science experts, that's you developers, to build intelligent applications as good as data scientists. One of the biggest challenges in AI adoption is lack of data science talent. So we can either generate larger pool of data scientists, which is a very slow process, or if SAP cracks data scientist cloning technology, we can do that. So there's an alternative. Alternative is, why don't we leverage the existing talent and enable them to build intelligent applications by providing them simple to use tools which abstracts out the data science capabilities. So this is exactly what we do at Datoin. And this is why we found common ground with SAP.
And Monis, this sounds great. And you promised me that beyond the partnership, you want to as well show the audience how easy it is and what is possible. Do you have a 2 to 3 minute
absolutely,
demo?
Absolutely. Let's have some action.
Yeah. OK, if you could show it to the audience, because actions show more than words.
All right, all right. So yeah. So as I told you, so we are a no-code platform which essentially enables non-data science experts to build machine learning applications without writing a single line of code. You can essentially think of Lego. So Lego has a variety of different pieces which you can put together, creating different shapes. Even a kid can create aeroplane out of same pieces, or a house out of same pieces. One of the important design features of Lego is the standardization of the interface. So that's the idea we stuck upon. We abstracted out machine learning functions, data connectivity functions, data pre-processing, post-processing functions as Lego pieces. And now we have blocks for OCR, we have blocks for classification, image classification, and many other data connectivity blocks as well. So what we'll do in the demo quickly today is we will imagine that we are getting a lot of service tickets, which may be complaints or requests from the customers. We want them to classify automatically, and so that we can route those service tickets to relevant support teams or support agents. So as a demo, first thing we'll do, we'll build this application in a microservice mode. As I told you, everything is a block in Datoin. We'll call upon a microservice input interface. So, and we'll define our input. Let's assume we are getting text as input, which is part of the request or a complaint, or an ID that will enable us to track this service ticket. So yeah, so now we have input ready for our application. Now it's time to do some magic. One more point I want to make here, you can get this data from anywhere, from database, you will use block for a database, or you can pull it from ticket management systems. But since we are simplifying our demo, we'll use the microservice. And now, most important piece is the intelligence that will take this text in and give us the relevant class, which will classify this ticket. So for this, I will call upon SAP's intelligent component, which essentially does all the hard work for us. It will take in the text as input and classify it into a relevant category. So if you remember the Lego example, we can put two pieces together easily. The output of one block goes as an input of another block. It's as simple as that. You just drag and drop at any granularity level. So now you can add as many blocks to this workflow depending on the use case you have. You can have a bunch of blocks into this. But to simplify our domain, let's define output of this application. Again, everything is a block. I'll drag another block, which we call microservice output interface. So the purpose of this block is to define what would be the outcome of this application. So it's very simple. You drag outputs of any of the blocks in the workflow onto this block. And that's it. So we have created a workflow which will take ticket text as an input, classify it, and then produce the output. So let's name this application. And build it. So when we say we are building it, it takes all these blocks and package this application into one unified package. So you can configure this application at this point. Since we don't have much configuration here, we'll just go ahead and test this application. For that, we'll go to our Datoin dashboard. So yeah, so we're ready to test it. So it expects ID and let's say my complaint, my phone connection is not working. So yeah, we run it, we package it, and yes. So this is it. So we're able to build the workflow in minutes and test this application as well. So this is what we get. So this is a complaint by a client, and this is our confidence score. This, you can also consume this in using in your other applications. So now we have tested it, and we're happy with the final results. So finally, what we want to do with this application is to deploy it. Again, it was very simple to build the workflow. It's even simpler to deploy it in SAP's cloud platform. So all we need to do is choose the platform, choose the name of the service, and deploy it. So it's going to take a few minutes to deploy it. Once it is deployed, it will be independently running on the cloud platform. And one important thing here is that all the it's packaged and delivered on the cloud platform where it can run independently. Yeah. So this is it. So we have built the application in few minutes, tested it, and deployed it. So that's it. That's what DataIn is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Moniz.
Thank you.
So before you go down, maybe a message to the audience. What would you give an advice to, let's say, followers, to inspired entrepreneurs who are sitting here in the audience and who want to follow your leadership, your example?
Absolutely. So what we have learned in last 1 year, the first thing is don't reinvent the wheel. Leverage the broad technological base of SAP. Focus on your core objective. So that's one thing. Another obvious thing is leverage the broad client base of SAP, but not just building your sales pipeline. Use it, have conversations with the clients to find a right product market fit for your product. Third thing is get hold of SAP experts. They'll give you valuable insights into your product, be it design, architecture, scalability, and even business. And finally, the last one we learned in a hard way is be very patient. Enterprise deals take a lot of time to close. Yeah, so that's it.
Moniz, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hopefully you get many followers. Thanks for joining us here in Bangalore, and I wish you all the success on your journey with Day2In. So we are bringing what I promised, everyone to the intelligent enterprise. The ecosystem is helping like Day2In. And because we know that you are going to need the best and the brightest, if we want to live up to our promise, we support with these capabilities all the customers, and as well what our mission is, everybody's life. And we want to improve people's life, ladies and gentlemen. So I walked you today through the product strategy, piece by piece, from the application to the intelligence layer down to the platform. I have shown you with small examples how you can consume cloud-native capabilities, how SAP is consuming open source, but as well giving back assets to the community. I want to thank Ranju and Ian again for the great demos, for breaking down complex topics in easily digestible, I would say, demonstrations. And I want to close with 3 messages. Number 1, go all in on the intelligent enterprise. You can start small, but have a big vision. Build everything on the digital platform with your favorite language, leveraging our tools and cloud-native libraries. And third, engage with the ecosystem, like Day2In, and monetize your creativity. I cannot wait to see amazing stories, amazing entrepreneurs coming out of Bangalore, coming out of India. It's time for everyone to build the intelligent enterprise. Thanks a lot. Have fun. I wish you a great TechEd 2018 here in Bangalore.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Microsoft our guest speaker, Dilip Nathani.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone, because I see some birds also over there. My name is Dilip Nathani, and I'm technology lead SAP and Azure for India geography. And I'm Cloud Plus Enterprise Global Black Belt team. The Global Black Belt team basically takes care of the advanced workload like SAP on Azure, artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc. So Microsoft is a platinum sponsor for TechEd, and we have a booth at P1. So I will request all the SAP customer partners and the employees to come to the booth P1. Okay. So coming to the digital transformation from any company. So Microsoft is what basically saying is the digital transformation is basically the increasing your top line, bottom line, and increasing your brand awareness. So it can be achieved from 4 different commercial scenarios like empower employees, because if you empower employees, you can get more from them. You can engage customers because the revenue and profit, everything you get from the customers. You can optimize operation like supply chain, management and everything, and there is no delay from the operation side. And then you can transform products also. So all this thing is basically are available in different products. So starting from modern workplace, the modern workplace is something which covers the O365 and business application like Dynamics 365 for connecting with your customers, relationship management. And then there is an application and infrastructure. So this is basically where the Azure stands for. And then there is a data and AI. So I know that everyone knows what is SAP here and what is Microsoft here. But I think there might be someone who doesn't know what Azure is. So Azure was actually launched in 2010 as a Windows Azure, and then later on it was rebranded as Microsoft Azure. Because initially it was not only for the Windows, but it is also Linux vHost. So basically it was rebranded in 2014 as a Microsoft Azure. We had a first VM certification somewhere in 2014 May, and we have a lot of certification after that, which I will come back to the next slides. So coming to the current scenario. So what is going on right now in SAP world? So if you see, there are almost 390,000 customers. And from that, if my understanding is correct, more than 30,000 or 40,000 has already moved to HANA. But there are already something like 3 lakhs customer who has to move to HANA by 2025. And HANA being in-memory database, it needs hardware change. It needs a lot of hardware, and it needs basically change in the hardware. So what typically all the CXO are looking at is, they want to move to HANA by 2025. The 31st December 2025 is the deadline from SAP. And customers are also looking for a hardware change, and they are looking cloud as an option. So in the next slides, I will come back to how Azure basically can help you out. So just to make a summary before I start, why Azure for SAP workload? So we have actually strong relationship with SAP, 25 years relationship. SAP is running on Azure internally. Microsoft runs SAP. Right now, we are on SQL and Windows, but we are implementing S/4HANA in our internal landscape. And basically, you can get the best of both SAP and HANA Enterprise Cloud. Also, you can deploy on Azure. So that is the first on the relationship. The second one is the most powerful and scalable cloud for SAP HANA. So we'll come to the next slides. I will show you what are the different options and offering available from Azure on SAP on Azure. The third thing is enterprise proven and most secure cloud. So if you see, we have the largest compliance portfolio. We have almost 88 compliance certifications. The best platform for digital transformation, intelligent cloud. You can basically, on the agile way, you can deploy application, PaaS application like IoT, data analytics, machine learning, Power BI, etc. So coming to the relationship part, so we have almost 25 years relationship. It started with Bill Gates and Hasso Plattner in around 1993. And in 2018, it's still there with Satya and Bill McDermott. So the only change you see is 25 years back, Bill was on Microsoft side, and now Bill is on SAP side. We have seamless team and resources at the Redmond and Waldorf location, and who basically work right from the strategic innovation and then development, testing, and support. So if you've seen this, this was around November last year. So we had actually gone with SAP, and what we basically announced is Microsoft and SAP will jointly offer SAP HANA Enterprise Cloud and Azure. So this option of HANA Enterprise Cloud, which Bernd mentioned in the morning, so this is possible on Azure platform. Second point is Microsoft will run their internal SAP S/4HANA on Azure. So this was announced in 1 year back, and now this implementation is going on. The third point is SAP will migrate their internal application to Azure. So if you have attended SAP CIO's SAP Sapphire event, it is mentioned that around 17 plus critical application has been moved to Azure. Apart from that, there are some of the customer-facing applications like SuccessFactors, Commerce Cloud. It's already available on Azure platform. So these are all the SaaS applications which are available on Azure. So if you have seen this announcement, it was done in 2 months back, September 24. So Microsoft CEO, Adobe CEO, and SAP CEO went onto the stage and announced the partnership to take it on further. And what this means is basically all the three companies will work together, and they will provide the Open Data Initiative. So basically, what is the Open Data Initiative? Is a joint vision for the secure exchange of data across systems. Basically, it gives an option to customer to get an insight from the data from the different application like Adobe and Microsoft and SAP. And all this application will be based out of Microsoft Azure platform. So there is a commitment from Microsoft side. So what has been committed is Microsoft is committed to provide the most performant and scalable cloud for your SAP application, including HANA. Yeah, so this is very important slide. If you see, this will give you the why it is called hyperscale Azure cloud. So if you can see, all the round one, these are all the regions which we have. So the Azure is actually divided into different geography. Let's say the India is one geography. So this is just to keep in mind that every customer needs a data residency. So if there is an Indian customer, he wants to locate his data in India geography. So if you see worldwide, there are 54 regions. And if you see from an India perspective, we have 3 regions. One geography India, we have 3 regions. And each region can have multiple data centers. So if you see the red dots, all the red dots are basically availability zone. So basically, you can have 3 or more than 3 data center in a region, which can give you availability zone for 99.99% SLA, and the RPO is equal to 0. So coming to the India region, India geography, right? So we have 3 regions: West India, Central India, and South India. So this is basically Mumbai, Pune, and Chennai. And this basically operates in a regional pair. So basically, the Central India, which is Pune, and South India, which is Chennai, will work in regional pair. So basically, you can deploy the primary and DR on Azure. Similarly, in all geography, you will have a regional pair where you can deploy your primary and DR both. If you see, we got SAP HANA certified virtual machines M series somewhere in May this year. And we have deployed this 4 terabyte M series HANA certified VMs in 20 regions. And from that, it is available in 2 regions in India geography, which is Pune and Chennai. And this is the basically most or highest VM capacity available by any public cloud in India. And that also in 2 regions. Apart from that, we have a 20 terabyte HANA certified bare metal offering, which is available in 8 regions. And these are typically available in US, Europe, Japan, and Australia. So these are the 4 regions, or you can say 4 geography, where we have 8 regions where you have a HANA large instances up to 20 terabytes certified, and you can go up to 24 terabytes in a TDI certified fashion. So this is the highest by any public cloud provider till now. So coming to Azure is not only about the infrastructure. So if you can see, this layer is infrastructure. You can see compute, storage, networking, and all. This is all data center infrastructure. So on top of that, we have security inbuilt. We have a hybrid cloud capacity. And if you can see the different platform services like IoT, the intelligence, data, application. You can see HD inside is data, big data. So all this IoT, AI, and machine learning, everything in PaaS offering is available. So that is why Azure is called intelligent cloud. So it's basically hybrid, hyperscale, intelligent public cloud. You can see all the green swan, basically what are these are the different services you will use very frequently in SAP environment, like backup, analytics. Azure Site Recovery is used for the DR. And you can use Key Vault, Security Center Portal, and AAD, etc. So Azure Active Directory also can be used for the hybrid operation. And that basically enables you to have a single sign-on across all the clouds, on-premise and all the different clouds like SuccessFactors, Ariba, Concur, all this is possible. Right, so as I mentioned, basically SAP and Azure is more of a infrastructure as a service, but you have a surrounding PaaS services already available. So this is very important slide. If any solution architect who is solutioning SAP on Azure, this is a very important slide. So if you can see that all the different VM types, right from the 2 CPU 14 GB, you can get up to 128 CPU to 3.8 terabytes. So basically, it's a GIV, so it is 4 terabytes. All the VMs are available on the regions. Some of them might not be available if there are some old, like GS5 is not available in India region, but you can get M128 MS in India regions. All the SAPs and what are the supported HANA scenario is available. So this is a very important slide where what solution architect normally refer to. Yeah, so this screenshot I have taken from SAP site only, which basically will give you an idea what are the different certification available, SAP certification available on Azure. So you can see that we have total 25 certification. On the left-hand side, these are all the virtual machines. So there are almost 13 virtual machines certified. So it can take OLTP and OLAP also. And there are some solutions like Business One on HANA. So we have up to 1 terabyte certified for SAP Business One on HANA. So it can go up to like 300 concurrent users for B1 on HANA also. So coming to the SLA, so what is the Azure guarantee for the SLA? So when you deploy a single VM with the premium disk, Azure gives you 99.9% SLA. So this is the only public cloud which gives you SLA for single VM. And small companies basically can go production also. They can keep it on single VM with premium disk, and they can have it SLA of 99.9%. If the customer thinks that SAP is more critical, they can, sorry, if you can go back to the slide. Yeah, so you can deploy virtual machine in availability sets, which will give you the SLA of 99.95%. In availability zone, which I shown you, there are 6 regions where you have availability zone available, and you can get the SLA of 99.99%. In the HANA large instance, which are bare metal servers, there also you can get a SLA of 99.9%. Apart from that, you can see the data residency. So in each geography, you will get the data residency options. So coming to the hybrid cloud, when we say Azure is a hybrid cloud, what actually activates it as a hybrid cloud? So there is this offering called Express Route. Yeah, so there is an offering called Express Route, which basically gives you MPLS connectivity with SLA. So it is basically a private cloud, private network offering, MPLS network, which basically your customer network will get connected to the Microsoft Cloud. And we have in India 4 partners. Worldwide, we have multiple partners. In India, we have Reliance, Airtel, and then Sifi and Tata. So all this MPLS partner can connect your on-prem cloud of on-prem data center to the Azure cloud. So when we say that the Azure is most compliant cloud, it has 88 certifications. So if you see the global certifications like ISO, SOC, and CSA. Then there are US government certifications, compliance. Then there are some industry certifications like PCI, payment card industry. You will see HIPAA, it might be pharmacy and all. You can see GXP is pharma. So like health, pharma, finance, there are different industry where there are different certification applicable, and these are all certified on Azure. Coming to the regional one, from an India perspective, Azure is the only certified hyperscale public cloud with backup and DR both. It's the only public cloud which gives you this option. So when we say Azure is intelligent cloud, right? So it's not only about the infrastructure, but you can basically leverage the PaaS service offering surrounding that. So you have SAP deployed in an infrastructure as a service. Your non-SAP data also can be on Azure, and your IoT data will come from sensor and devices. So all this data, you can merge, combine it in a HD Insight, PaaS services, big data. You can visualize using Power BI tools, and then you can analyze using Azure machine learning. So all these different tools are available, and customer basically have a data. From data, he can create intelligence, and he can take relevant actions for his digital transformation. So coming to the reference customer, so this is the list of all the reference customers. They are basically divided in different industry. You can see we have Accenture, we have Coats, Coca-Cola, Marsh, Rio Tinto. So I will take some of the case studies now. So the first case study is on Microsoft. So Microsoft themselves has a large SAP implementation. And when we go to the customer asks, what is your actually SAP is hosted on? So we started our journey from 2014 itself. We had 520 servers. 60% were our hardware was physical hardware, and 39% on-prem VM. So in 2014, we had first certification VM, and that is the time we started also. And because there were many servers, 520 servers, and we wanted to have a larger VM to be certified, we got all of them on Azure 100% by February 2018. So basically, all Microsoft SAP landscape is fully on Azure itself. So taking a case study of Rio Tinto, so this is the largest and most complex SAP migration from DB2 to SQL. The customer moved all their virtual machines, so almost 1,000 servers, they moved from 4 data centers, everything on cloud, and they basically retired all the 4 data centers. And customer is basically saying that around 25% cost saving is getting compared to the on-premise. Coming to the different case study, Malaysian Airlines, this customer also went from DB2 AX to SQL Windows. So they decided not to go with right now on HANA. They did not find any scenario. So they decided that we will go on SQL Windows right now, and they will go on HANA before 2025. Customer is saying that the annual cost is gone by 45%. Considering the license cost from DB2 and the hardware and all, it has managed to reduce the annual cost by 45%. So they have basically snoozed the development and test system and have got this cost reduction or TCO reduction. So coming to the Accenture case study, so our customer also and our partner also have moved their 7 terabyte BW SQL from on-premise to BW on HANA Azure. This is one of our very initial customer. I think his customer is there almost more than 3 years now. And they had a typical concern about the same day factory production planning. So this was typically codes understood that they need to go on HANA to get an insight from the real-time insight using in-memory database like HANA. So they moved from on-premises to Azure, and they also migrated to HANA also. And what made it basically is that the factory production planning, which was actually taking 40 hours wait time, they were able to do it in some few hours. And there were some of the reports which were going to take 6 hours, they are now taking only 6 minutes. So this was the real power from the HANA in-memory database, which customer achieved. They did the POC and find out that if they move to HANA, they can get this benefit, and it is basically very beneficial from them because they can rush the orders where the demand is. So this is one of our marquee customer, Daimler. They have moved SRM on HANA, and they had iCertis contract management platform also. This is gone live, and what they are reporting is 50% less than previous systems. These are some of our partners. So how we basically divide partners is there are global SI partners. Start from A for Accenture to W for Wipro. All these partners are global system integrator partners. And we have some regional or local SI partners. So you can see all the green ones, right, which are marked are active in India. We have ITPC and MSR Cosmos available on our booth P1. So if you get some time during these 3 days, please come to our booth and have a discussion how we can take your SAP on Azure. So what are the options available SAP on Azure? So you can move your SAP on Azure through any single or multiple partner option, which I described in the last slide. There is a second option, which I think Bernd also taken in one of the slides. The HANA Enterprise Cloud option is available on Azure. What does it mean is basically all the SLAs will be with SAP, and SAP will work with Microsoft in the background. The third option, which Bernd also mentioned, is the SAP Cloud Platform on Azure. So this was announced in the last Sapphire, and we have these services available from Amsterdam region only right now, and it will pick up on other regions also. So what do we say, basically, to customers? You can start moving your legacy SAP environment to Azure as it is. So let's say if you are on SQL, if you are on Oracle, if you are on Sybase. If you think that I want to move as it is, I don't want to do HANA migration, or I don't want to do S/4HANA right now, I have some time, so you can move as it is. Then basically, once you migrate to cloud, you can decide when you want to move to HANA and when you move to S/4HANA also. Apart from that, you can innovate with Azure Big Data and Analytics Services with combined data from SAP and non-SAP resources. Also, you have an option of IoT data also, you can combine that. So thank you very much. Appreciate your time and listening to me. Do connect us at the booth P1. Thank you very much.